I shot him through the smoke. I couldn't see it. All right, a little diversion there. You never know what John's going to pull. Okay, a little smoke action there. This is the new Springfield 5.25. We're going to take a look at it, shoot a little, maybe shoot it a lot. That was about 60 rounds right there out of the 3 magazines. So, Hancock 45, looking at new Springfield. Let's get the magazines out, take a look at this thing, and I'll reload so we can shoot it some more. This is the new magazine competition model. Oh, it's in the gun. Okay. That was designed for competition, more or less. Doesn't have to be for competition, but is a gun that is, I think, designed to be a gun you can just pick up and go shoot IDPA or IPSC, whatever you'd like, and have kind of everything you need. You know, you've been seeing this theme carried out in some of the 1911s, like the RO that Springfield came out with, as well as the Ruger SR 1911. Kind of a gun that has really what you need. Maybe not everything that's perfect, but will get you through. It's mostly the shooter anyway. Well, that's kind of, I guess you could say what this is in a polymer version of the XDm. 9mm, and the 5.25 has a longer slide, longer barrel, and as I understand has slightly tighter tolerances in the barrel fit and everything, supposedly to make it potentially more accurate. We'll see about that, of course. That's again mostly the shooter. I don't get impressed by match grade barrels and tighter lockups and all that very much, but doesn't hurt as long as it stays reliable. You know, doesn't hurt. And it's got a longer sight radius. It has an adjustable rear sight, which is like the old Bomar sight. In fact, we raised the sight. It seemed to be shooting a little bit low. Took a few shots and felt like it was a little bit low, so I raised the rear sight, and I think I like it better where it hits, at least with this ammo. This is just some UMC Remington, which is another point. It's supposed to be able to feed, function ammo across the spectrum. Light ammo, hot ammo, whatever. Has a cutout and a slide to make the slide lighter. And the spring setup and everything is supposed to be designed to shoot any kind of ammo. Of course, some of this UMC or white box Winchester would be a test for it, wouldn't it? Because you occasionally get a really light load in this stuff. And you know, it's the front sight, you have that fiber optic, it really jumps out at you, which is handy for shooting through smoke. Okay, which is gone. Oh goodness. Magazines came with 3 magazines, and they are 19 round magazines. I'll just check and see if it's loaded fully, but a little stiff here to begin with. Thankfully, this loader makes that easier, even on a new magazine. Just stuff them full. All right. So, what else about it? You know, you got the fiber optic front sight, you got your adjustable rear sight, as I pointed out. Of course, on the XDm series, you know, you've got your grip safety, your loaded chamber indicator. Right there is your indicator, show you whether it's cocked or not. Ambi, mag release, both sides. You got the little cutout. This really is handy for a lefty. It should be the same feel, both sides there, both hands. You know how these things break down. They're very simple. You load up. You know, they're a really simple affair to take apart and clean. Okay. The XDm has replaceable back straps in the box here. You know, you always get a nice suitcase with the Springfield guns. I have not tried that. I've had this for a couple of hours. Got the call that it was in. My FFL dealer. And Springfield is great. They sent these guns. I didn't even request it, the thing. They just sent it. So it was really nice. And I've been looking at their website trying to figure out what was the next Springfield I wanted to test and order, and this is great. I guess I just really heard about it recently, so good option. The barrel's not ported, but you do have the cutout there to lighten the slide. When you get a longer, heavier, well, it's obviously going to be heavier because it's longer, more metal. You can imagine what that might do with a 9mm. You know, might not function. So you got a little cutout there, and that your rails. Seems like a pretty nice trigger. I think, what else have I forgotten to mention? Well, other than the fact I haven't shot it much, so we're going to put it through its paces, take a look at it, and let you know what I think. Yeah, I don't do much competition anymore. Who knows? I may get back into it some for kicks. I don't know. There's so many guns now, you can just pick up and go. Of course, I always, or pretty quickly, went to my carry guns for competition even. But this actually is a gun. It's kind of like the Glock 34 and 35, the long slides. Some people actually carry them, and some police departments actually adopt guns this size. There's I guess, most significant difference between this and your standard XDM in the full size is this slide's a little bit longer. If you're carrying outside the waistband in a holster, it doesn't make a lot of difference if the slide's just a little bit longer. Now, if you're trying to pack it, you know, inside the waistband or something, it might be a little different. But if it's out here in an outside the waistband holster, a little length on the slide doesn't make a lot of difference, you know. Now, whether or not the trigger's too light for you, say a competition model, that's a different matter, or the sights. Okay, let's take a few more shots. See, I can figure out where this thing goes exactly, and see if I like it. This holster that comes with it is not all that bad. I mean, I make fun of how hard it is to get on and off, but it's not that bad. All right, let's see where it prints. I was just shooting large targets there before. See if I hold right on that plate where it's going to go. Yeah. Okay. I think I like where it's printing, especially when it hits. I like that. These are the light 115 grain UMC. Let's go across the hill over there. Do a little gonging. Nice front sight. Let's pop it a few more times. Yeah, not a problem with that high vis front sight. Let's go a little animal hunting here. Now so we can tell where it really prints. Okay, let's go back up to that chicken on top, since this old gun's making it so easy for us. Well, after all, it's a competition gun. Pretty nice trigger, and you got your long sight radius, so that makes it easier to shoot. Whoops. So, if you look at both sides, I don't think I turned it over for you yet. Load this up here. Gun like this is easier to shoot well if it has a nice trigger, long sight radius, and really visible sights. If you got good sights and a good trigger, add a little sight radius to that, and you know, the combination that's pretty effective. And then if you have a reliable gun, you have a well-made gun, which of course Springfield is, And as I understand, this gun, I know these are made in Croatia, and people like to point that out, and should, just as I like to point out that Springfield Armory, for those who are kind of new to shooting, it's not the old Springfield Armory that was making firearms back in the, whatever, the 1800s, 1700s. It's just the same name, of course, and it is a great company. Kind of like the Henry, rifle company, whatever they call it. They're not the same Henrys that were made back in 1860, but you all know that. But Springfield Armory, as I've said, I've bragged on them before, and I'll say one thing, as a gun reviewer, if you think that's what I am, sometimes I claim to be one, they're really good to work with. My gosh. They pay the shipping both ways, and they are really just easy to work with. It's great folks. My contact there is a great gal, and I enjoy working with them. But they designed this, again, as what it is, a competition ready gun. Not necessarily has to be used for that, of course, but it's ready for that, and as you can tell, it shoots pretty well. As I understand, a guy named Rob Latham was in on the design of this gun. In fact, it's basically his ideas for the most part, and came out with everything he wanted on it. And I'm not sure exactly who Rob Latham is. I think he's some nerdy engineer over in Croatia. He barely speaks English, but he really knows his stuff, whoever the heck he is. I'm just kidding. Rob Latham is world-class shooter. Well, he's not just world-class. He may be the best in the world. And he works for Springfield, and has for a long time. And he knows his stuff. Incredible shot, and he can make a gun sing, that's for sure. I can just imagine what he can do with this gun, because it's really shootable. Okay, as you can see, I had a pretty good round there on this hot, humid day, where I could be making lots of excuses. This gun was not even in my possession a couple hours, 3 hours ago. So, pretty nice operation here. Well, let's put the monkey on my back again here, and let's go for some more of those small targets over there, since it seems to shoot so well. And since it shoots so well, I'm going to try those other chickens, and that gopher, and that little pig, and I'm going to try them from the hip. Just kidding. Okay. What a comedian. Okay, little piggy. Let's send that little piggy to market. I might not be able to send this one back. Nope. There go the glasses fog up. Let me holster it. Work on my glasses, mate. The sight, that big fiber optic, is really, really visible, and it's nice. And the rear sight has a clear picture. I don't necessarily get a sight picture like what you might call a target sight picture, where you can really see the space between the front post and the rear slot necessarily, but that red dot really shows up clearly, very clearly. Let's try a couple more. I tell you, you normally shouldn't be shooting that fast, when you're trying to pick off those little targets, but boy, there's something about that trigger and that sight. He just lays it right in there. Lays it right in. Sweet, sweet, sweet. start our own little game here. Fun. Pretty sweet. Wow. Might have to find a pistol match. I think I'll shoot it again. All right, got our mags reloaded for one more go round. Gonna have some more fun. This gun's fun to shoot. Let's attack. What do we got to shoot? Fun. Sweet. Oh, one more. Yeah, this old gun is not bad, I'll have to say. Quite a lot of fun. The Springfield XDm 9 5.25, that's what it is. So if you're kind of looking for something, I know I get a lot of messages, people thinking about getting into competition and they want to know about guns that are good and all that kind of thing for it. This one here would work, I do believe. Has a nice trigger and well, you saw it, it shoots as well as I can, that's for sure. It's not a limiting factor, put it that way. So you couldn't blame it on the firearm. So Rob Latham, you've done good, I have to say. You in Springfield, life is good.